Hi, my name is Johnny Guitar and welcome to my studios here at the Conservatory in Commerce. I would also like to welcome you to our new American Legends series where we examine the life and music of some of America's great musical legends. Tonight, our focus is upon America's very first musician. His name was Stephen Foster, and today he is considered the father of all American music. He lived in the early to mid 1850s and was one of the earliest Americans to write and publish music. Best known for parlor and minstrel music, he wrote and published over 200 songs during his life. Many of his songs, like Camptown Races, Oh Susanna, and My Old Kentucky Home, became classics and remain popular today more than 150 years after his death. Before the Civil War, Stephen Foster was one of the most popular musicians of his time. In the 1850s, his song Old Swanee River sold over 100,000 copies of sheet music, the first in American music history. Like a true musician, Stephen Foster lived most of his life in poverty. On the day that he died, he had but 3 pennies to his name. Fortunately, history's been quite kind to Stephen Collins Foster. For example, he's featured on his own postage stamp. January 13th is officially Stephen Foster Day in America. He also has his own memorial on the campus at the University of Pittsburgh, and he has several state parks named in his honor. 2 of his songs are state songs for the states of Florida and Georgia. And people are still recording his songs more than a century after his death. So join us now in our salute to America's first songwriter, Stephen Foster.
Stephen Collins Foster was born July 4th, 1826 on a hill overlooking the Allegheny River in Lawrenceville, Pennsylvania, just east of Pittsburgh. He was the youngest surviving son of William and Eliza Foster. Not much is known about Foster's early childhood. We do know that he was raised in a middle-class family, and then many of his childhood friends came from some of Pittsburgh's wealthiest families. We also know that he was well educated for his time, attending 5 different private academies during his adolescence. Finally, we also know that music was an important part of Stephen Foster's early life. Throughout his teen years, he and his friends met regularly at the Foster home on Sunday afternoons for weekly singing parties. Early on, Stephen Foster was greatly influenced by 2 different men. One was Henry Kleber, a former music instructor from Germany who owned a music store there in Pittsburgh. The other was Dan Rice, a local entertainer who made his living playing parlor and minstrel music. Later on in his career, Stephen Foster would blend the 2 styles into his own unique arrangements. Stephen Foster wrote his first song when he was only 14 years old, a song that he called Tioga Waltz. He performed the song during the 1841 commencement exercises there at the Athens Academy where he attended. By the time Stephen Foster was 18 years old, he had published his first song. It was a song that he called Open Thy Lattice, Love. When Stephen Foster was 18 years old, he published his first song, a song that he called Open Thy Lattice, Love. He also moved to Cincinnati, Ohio that summer and took a job as a bookkeeper with his older brother's steamship company. 20 miles downstream from the steamship company was an infamous racetrack called the Camptown Races. The racetrack was a favorite of Stephen Foster, and he later memorialized the racetrack with his classic song, The Camptown Races. While in Cincinnati, Stephen Foster also wrote his most successful song. The song was called Oh Susanna, and it became the unofficial anthem for the California Gold Rush in 1849. During the 1850s, the song sold over 100,000 copies of sheet music, a feat unheard of at the time. Unfortunately, there were few copyright laws at the time, and Stephen Foster received little in the way of royalties. In 1849, Stephen Foster published his first album of songs. The album was called Ethiopian Melodies, and it was a collection of Negro spiritual songs. Also in 1849, he met and married his first wife, Jane Denny McDowell from Pittsburgh. The couple had their one and only daughter the following year. In 1850, Stephen Foster returned to Pittsburgh and signed his first music contract. The contract was with the Christie Minstrels, and Foster was hired to write songs for the group. It was during this period that Foster wrote most of his best-known songs, including Swanee River, My Old Kentucky Home, and Jenny with the Light Brown Hair. Although Stephen Foster was from the North, many of his songs had Southern themes. Many of his songs were of the black-faced minstrel show tradition popular at the time. Throughout the mid-1800s, Stephen Foster struggled to make a living as a professional songwriter, a task made difficult since this field did not exist at the time. In 1860, Foster moved to New York City to seek his fortune and fame in the Big Apple. A year later, his wife left him and returned with their daughter to Pennsylvania. Afterwards, his fortunes soon decreased, as did the quality of his new songs. In 1863, he began working with George Cooper, who wrote songs for music theaters. During this time, Foster composed his last works, a series of Sunday school hymns. Foster spent his last years living in poverty in a cheap hotel on Manhattan's Lower East Side. One day he caught a fever and was confined to his bed for the next week. On January the 10th, 1864, Foster fell from his bed against the wash basin, gouging his head. In an era before transfusions and antibiotics, he succumbed 3 days after his admittance at the age of 37. On the day of his death, he had but 38 cents to his name. His body was returned to Pennsylvania, where he was later buried in the Allegheny Cemetery there in Pittsburgh. Throughout the years, history has been quite kind to Stephen Foster. He's honored at the University of Pittsburgh with the Stephen Foster Memorial and the Stephen Foster Museum. There are 2 state parks named in his honor, one in Georgia and the other in Florida. His birthday on January 13th has been officially designated as Stephen Foster Day in America by an act of Congress. He's a member of both the Songwriters Hall of Fame and the Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame. His song, My Old Kentucky Home, is the official state song of Kentucky. His song, Old Folks at Home, is the official state song of Florida. His songs continue to be recorded today, more than 150 years after his death. In 2005, the album Beautiful Dreamer was a Grammy for Best Traditional Folk Album. And Hollywood has made numerous movies about his life story, and he has his own U.S. postage stamp. Join us now as we explore the music of Stephen Foster, America's first real musician.
Beautiful dreamer, wake unto me. Starlight and dewdrops are waiting for thee. Sounds of the rude world heard in the day, lulled by the moonlight, have all passed away. Beautiful dreamer, queen of my song, list while I woo thee with soft melody. Gone are the cares of life's busy throng. Beautiful dreamer, awake unto me. beautiful dreamer out on the sea. Mermaids are chanting the wild Laura Lee. Over the streamlet, vapors are born, waiting to fade at the bright coming morn. Beautiful dreamer, beam on my heart, even as the morn on the streamlet and sea. Then will all clouds of sorrow depart. Beautiful dreamer, awake unto me. Beautiful dreamer, awake unto me. Camptown ladies sing this song, doo-dah, doo-dah. Camptown racetrack 5 miles long, oh, doo-dah day. Went down there with a hat caved in, doo-dah, doo-dah. Came back home with a pocket full of tin, oh, doo-dah day. Gonna run all night, gonna run all day. Bet my money on a bobtail nag, somebody bet on the gray. Long-tail filly and a big black horse, doo-dah, doo-dah. Come to a mud hole and all cut across, oh, doo-dah day. Blind horse stuck in a big mud hole, doo-dah, doo-dah. Can't touch a bottom with a 10-foot pole, oh, doo-dah day. Gonna run all night, gonna run all day. Bet my money on a bobtail nag, somebody bet on the gray. Thou wilt come no more, gentle Annie. Like a flower thy spirit depart. Thou art gone, alas, like the many that have bloomed in the summer of my heart. Shall we never more behold thee, never hear thy winning voice again? When the springtime comes, gentle Annie, when the wildflowers are scattered o'er the plain, we have roamed and loved mid the bowers, when thy downy cheeks in their bloom. Now I stand alone mid the flowers, while they mingle thy perfume o'er thy tomb. As the hours grow sad while I ponder, near the silent spot where thou art laid, and my heart bows down when I wander by the streams and the meadows where we played. Shall we never behold thee, never hear thy winning voice again? When the springtime comes, gentle Annie, when the wildflowers are scattered o'er the plain, all the hours grow sad while I ponder, near the silent spot where thou art laid, and my head bows down when I wander by the streams and the meadows where we played. Let us pause in life's pleasures and count its many tears, while we all sub sorrow with the poor. There's a song that will linger forever in our ears. Oh, hard times come again no more. 'Tis the song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin floor. Oh, hard times come again no more. While we seek mirth and beauty and music bright and gay, there are frail forms fainting at the door. Though their voices are silent, their pleading looks will say, oh, hard times come again no more. 'Tis the song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. Tis a song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. Oh, hard times come again no more. I dream of Jenny with the light brown hair, born like a vapor on a soft summer air. I see her tripping where the bright streams play, happy as the daisies that dance on her way. Many were the wild notes her merry voice would pour. Many were the blithe birds that warbled them o'er. I dream of Jenny with the light brown hair, floating like a vapor on the soft summer air. I long for Jenny with the day dawn smile, radiant in gladness, warm with winning guile. I hear her melodies like joys gone by, sighing round my heart o'er the fond hopes that die. Sighing like the night wind, sobbing like the rain, wailing for the lost one that comes not again. I long for Jenny and my heart bows low, never more to find her where the bright waters flow. The sun shines bright in my old Kentucky home. 'Tis summer and everyone is gay. Corn tops ripe and the meadows in bloom, while the birds make music all the day. Young folks roll on the little cabin floor, all happy, merry, and bright. By and by hard times comes a knocking at the door in my old Kentucky home at night. Weep no more, my lady, weep no more today. We'll sing one song for the old Kentucky home, for the old Kentucky home far away. Weep no more, my lady, oh weep no more today. We'll sing one song for the old Kentucky home, the old Kentucky home far away. They hunt no more for the possum and the coon on the meadow, the hill, and the shore. They sing no more by the glimmer of the moon on the bench by the old cabin door. Weep no more, my lady, oh weep no more today. We'll sing one song for the old Kentucky home, for the old Kentucky home far away. Weep no more, my lady, oh weep no more today. We'll sing one song for the old Kentucky home, for the old Kentucky home far away. For the old Kentucky home far away. Down on the Mississippi floating, long time I traveled on the way. All night the cottonwood a-toting, sing for my true love all today. Nellie was a lady, last night she died. Toll the bell for lovely Nell, my dark Virginia bride. Nellie was a lady, last night she died. Toll the bell for lovely Nell, my dark Virginia bride. Now I'm unhappy and I'm weeping, can't tote the cottonwood no more. Last night while Nellie was a-sleepin', death came knocking at the door. Nellie was a lady, last night she died. Toll the bell for lovely Nell, my dark Virginia bride. Nellie was a lady, last night she died. Toll the bell for lovely Nell, my dark Virginia bride. When I saw my Nellie in the morning, smiled till she opened up her eyes. Seemed like the light of day was dawning just before the sun began to rise. Nellie was a lady, last night she died. Toll the bell for lovely Nell, my dark Virginia bride. Nellie was a lady, last night she died. Toll the bell for lovely Nell, my dark Virginia bride. I come from Alabama with my banjo on my knee. I'm going to Louisiana for my true love for to see. It rained all night the day I left, the weather was so dry. Sun so hot I froze to death, Susanna, don't you cry. Oh, Susanna, don't you cry for me. I come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. I had a dream the other night when everything was still. I thought I saw Susanna coming down a hill. Buckwheat cake wore in her mouth, a tear was in her eye. Says I'm coming from the south, Susanna, don't you cry. Oh, Susanna, don't you cry for me. I come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. Soon I'll be in New Orleans and then I'll look around. When I find Susanna, I'll fall upon the ground. Oh, Susanna, don't you cry for me. I come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. Oh, Susanna, oh, don't you cry for me. I come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. Gone are the days when my heart was young and gay. Gone are my friends from the cotton fields away. Gone from the earth to a better land I know. I hear their gentle voices calling old Black Joe. I'm coming, for my head is bending low. I hear their gentle voices calling old Black Joe. I'm coming, for my head is bending low. I hear their gentle voices calling old Black Joe. Why do I weep when my heart should feel no pain? Why do I sigh that my friends come not again? Grieving for forms now departed long ago. I hear their gentle voices calling old Black Joe. I'm coming, for my head is bending low. I hear their gentle voices calling old Black Joe. I'm coming, for my head is bending low. I hear their gentle voices calling old Black Joe. I hear their gentle voices calling old Black Joe. Way down upon the Swanee River, far, far away, there's where my turn is turning ever, there's where the old folks stay. All up and down the whole creation, sadly I roam, still longing for the old plantation and for the old folks at home. All the world is sad and weary everywhere I roam. Oh, how my heart grows so weary, far from the old folks at home. All around the little farm I wandered when I was young. Them many happy days I squandered, many the songs I sung. All the world is sad and weary everywhere I roam. Oh, how my heart grows so weary, far from the old folks at home. When I was playing with my brother, happy was I. Oh, take me to my kind old mother, there let me live and die. All the world is sad and weary everywhere I roam. Oh, how my heart grows so weary, far from the old folks at home.